Okay, so let's talk about cyclist safety. There's a couple of things that happen often on the tests, or just in our driving lessons as well. So, you know, we're coming up to make a right turn, and students are used to, tucking a bit more over to the right to turn from the closest edge of the road. But if there's a solid bike lane right up to the edge of the road, we're not permitted to go into that bike lane. We need to turn from our lane, okay? So you should be thinking, oh, there is a solid bike lane beside me, so I cannot go into the bike lane before making my turn. I need to just come up straight to the stop line, if there's a stop sign here, and then making my turn. This is different, of course, if you have a broken bike lane here. Okay, so now you should be thinking, oh, the bike lane is dotted up ahead, so let me do my right side mirror check, my shoulder check, to make sure the bike lane is clear of any cyclist before gliding over into it. Okay, so we do position over to the right if we're permitted to do so, but if the solid white line here exists, then we need to stay out of that bike lane. Now, sometimes it is a dotted bike lane, but when we check, there is a cyclist beside us, or we see they're a bit further back, but they're coming towards us, because we know by the time we come to the stop sign, they're going to maybe catch up to us. So, oh, there's a cyclist coming up beside me in the bike lane. Even though the bike lane is dotted, I won't glide into their lane because I won't want to cut them off. So even if you think, well, I'm going to come over here and I'm making a turn, but what if you come to this area here and then a pedestrian shows up and you have to wait for the pedestrians, and then you inch forward to see if there's any cars on this crossroad, and there's a bunch of cars. Now you're blocking this cyclist path. So if the cyclist is approaching, don't go into their bike lane and cut them off. Okay, now if you came into this area here and the cyclist wasn't here, of course, and then you checked the cross, you waited for some pedestrians, and then you inched forward and you were waiting for the cross traffic here, and then a minute later, 45 seconds later, cyclist shows up. Well, it's kind of too bad for them, because they weren't there when we took up the bike lane. Okay, so 3 different scenarios. Not cutting the solid white line if it's there. If it's a perforated lane, then we'll go into this area. But if there is a cyclist approaching and about to use that area, then we won't go forward and into this area to cut them off.